Welcome, young bards. Today, we embark on a journey into the very essence of our craft. A pilgrimage to the core of our being as performers. What I speak of is your voice. Not merely a tool of your trade, but so much more. Your voice is the pulsating rhythm of your soul. If you are to sing, it is the essence of your artistry. A beacon that guides your audience through a labyrinth of events and emotions. Ildi, stand a moment. Sing us a song. Any song. It does not matter which. Just tell it to us.
Well, I suppose.
No. Already it is all wrong. Where is the conviction? Where is the passion? Sit yourself down. Every utterance that leaves your lips, it cannot be taken back. So when you sing, or even speak, you must be sure of your words. Stutter and stammer is not acceptable. Master your voice. Without mastery, any performance is but a hollow echo. Practice, my young bards, practice. Let your voices soar. Let them resonate. Let them echo through the annals of time. That is all for today. You may return to your other duties. Ah, yes. Welcome. You are who I was waiting for, yes. The most recent student to join us. Helvana had a lot to say about you. Most interesting. I am Sledrig, Archbard of the college. Archbard is a position honoring those who have devoted many years of their life in service to the arts. But mostly, I believe it's a position given so that I keep donating gold to the college coffers. I am, of course, joking. Mostly. Spare me your masters, professors, or any other such titles. I have no use for them. I've already had enough empty platitudes from students and colleagues to last 3 lifetimes. The only people who call me master either want something or do so because they know it annoys me. Like Helvana. You need only call me Sledrig. Archbard Sledrig, if you're feeling courteous. So that's how it's going to be. Very well. Now, perhaps you're wondering why I asked you here. It is quite simple. You are a student of the Bards College, and I am a teacher, and so I intend to teach you. Heed my instructions, and you have my assurance. You will become the most stalwart bard to have ever stepped foot in Skyrim. That she is? She is my apprentice, one of the few here able to fully appreciate what it is I can offer a receptive mind. But still, each student has their limits to what can be taught, and I fear she has reached hers. Yes, that is a fair question. There are many things you can learn about being a bard here at the college. Things like singing, the use of an instrument, the value of knowledge, the power of the spoken word. My official position here is Archbard of Songcraft, but that is just what I teach the other students. For you, I have something else in mind. What I offer to teach is mastery of your voice. Oh, just what I need, another jester. You and Helvana should get along like shield and sword. But enough talk. The best way to learn is by doing. There is a gathering of bards soon meeting at the Winking Skeever. Helvana was to go by herself, but I think you should accompany her. Go there, make your face known to your peers, and assist Helvana in her duties. Yes, this will be a suitable first lesson. Not all lessons are obvious, but have no worry. Simply do as I say, and you will understand once all is done. Good, good. When you're ready, speak to Helvana. She'll make the arrangements for your invitation to the gathering. Also, you may wish to visit Radiant Raiment, the clothing store. They may have something better suited for a bard to wear. Report back to me once you have been to the gathering and Helvana has completed her task. And some parting advice. Bards must always look beneath the surface of things. Try to keep an open mind. That is all. Today, we gather to unravel the mysteries of songcraft, a skill that should be in every bard's repertoire. A song is more than just a melody. It is a vessel for emotion and feelings. A tapestry woven with words and notes. To truly craft a song is to breathe life into mere words, infusing them with passion, rhythm, and meaning. Each verse, each chorus must dance harmoniously, painting vivid images in the minds of your listeners. But beware, young bards, for crafting a song is not a task to be taken lightly. It requires patience, creativity, and above all, an understanding of the heart. But do not be afraid to explore nuances and intricacies. There are as many ways to craft a song right as there are to craft one wrong. Well, you all have your task. At the end of the day, I expect your first drafts to be handed in. Dismissed. Welcome back. I hope things went well at the gathering. Tell me, what do you think the purpose of you going there was? Oh, you are funny. Assuming that was a joke? But in all seriousness, no. It was not a pointless exercise or busy work. Whether you realized it or not, you spoke to many types of bard, and hopefully listened to them as well. Truly listening and understanding what it is you hear is one of the most important skills to any bard. Going forward, I hope you keep this lesson in mind. I'm pleased with your attitude. After all, a firm foundation must be built before one can progress. I wish to be forthright with you. I am aware of what you are, Dragonborn. It is why I asked you to come to me. You have the power of the Thum, a mighty gift indeed. However, it is a power few recognize the full potential of, and with but a small amount of bardic training, your voice can be so much more. In a manner of speaking, yes. You see, I cannot teach you a Thum. That is beyond my ability. But I can show you how to better utilize what you already know. Yes, although it would be more precise not to say I knew, but that I felt it. We have similarities, you and I. It is what allowed me to sense what you were, and what will allow me to teach you my secrets. Indeed I shall, but not here. This space is too restrictive. I wonder. You see the wall in front of me. Like many things in this world, it is not fully what it seems. Go to the wall, my apprentice, and look beneath the surface. You must look beneath the surface of the wall. Go ahead. I thought this might work. Welcome. I am glad you could make it here. This'll make things a lot easier. How to explain? This is my personal sanctuary, a reality of the mind, but as tangible as anything from the world we live in. It is the culmination of decades of experimentation and of the abilities I shall teach you. That is, if you feel ready. Yes, I believe that you are. You have already passed my first lesson. You have shown at least some aptitude in the skills of a bard. Perhaps it will be enough. So, pay attention and learn. Yo! Yes, your senses do not deceive you. Like yourself and a handful of others, I too am able to produce a thum. Now, observe and listen carefully. Yo! Did you hear it? Did you hear the accompaniment? And yet you will see I hold no instrument. And you have my word, it was no parlor trick of a mage. What you just witnessed is the first thing I will teach you. I call it a resonating shout. Close your eyes, and again, listen. There. This thum is now yours. Use it as you see fit. Such manners, they are appreciated, but unnecessary. The thum is of use, and so you shall have it. I understand you have found other tablets during your adventures. Please feel free to make use of the lectern. It will aid your learning. Now, I did not bring you here just to teach you a shout. No, my apprentice. It is time for you to learn the power of the chant. Behold! You see? A chant allows you to combine shouts into a seamless new symphony. By learning the resonating shout, you have already taken the first steps in being able to master a chant. But you are still missing one vital component. Here. This is yours now. It is called the Cadence Rod. When held, it aids you in quickly sequencing your shouts, then releasing them all at once in a mighty burst. I shall walk you through the chant. String together the shouts you just heard. Fuss, Wold, and Gols. Use the Cadence Rod after each shout. Fuss, Rodard! Use the Cadence Rod. Very good. And now perform a different shout. This time, whirlwind sprint, and wave the rod again. What? Attacks! Forget to use the rod. Very good. One more time. Speak the words for Earth Song. Goes! You see, with the final chant, all previous shouts captured or released as well, making for a most powerful effect. You appear to have a firm grasp on how to chant. I hope this proves very useful to you. You are welcome. In truth, I am surprised how quickly you have picked up what I have been teaching. You have been doing well in your lessons. I'm glad of this. Perhaps it is time that I... Tell me, Dragonborn, how would you feel if I were to ask something of you? Not an order, but a request. A request that asks you to put your life on the line in order to slay a beast most foul. Your eagerness serves you well. Your facetious attitude, less so. As of course you know, dragons have returned to Skyrim. This alone is a cause for great concern. But not all dragons are equal. Some are more insidious than others. Some do not require breath of fire to sunder, or mighty talons to maim. There are dragons that achieve their goals in other ways. They use guile and manipulations, twist the minds of men, creating willing thralls they can maneuver. Dragons like Volgasonaan, the very beast I wish you to kill. As I mentioned, Volgasonaan is not the kind to lay waste to town or city by physical might. Instead, he schemes, slowly corrupting those he wishes. So unthinking those under his control become. They neglect their homes, families, even themselves. Such is the complete domination of their minds. Volgasonan's danger is subtle, easily overlooked. It is his greatest strength. Why he must be killed before once again he can gain a foothold. It is a relief to hear this. Before you joined the college, I had intended to train another for this task. But it was not meant to be. Volgasonaan is no ordinary dragon. Dogged and resilient, he is a formidable adversary. I fear he shall soon return. If you're to pursue this undertaking, you must be properly prepared. And so, I will do my best to equip you for your confrontation with this monster. It was Helvana. But despite my best efforts, she was unsuitable for the task. It's a good thing you came along when you did. I know of a powerful blade that can help you. One that Volgasonaan has faced before, and has proven weak to. And I know where you can find it. Not too far from the city of Morphel lies a derelict compound, likely untouched since its abandonment. Only one versed in voice may gain entry. To enter, release your thum upon the crystals that bar your passage. Find the sword, then return to me.
Are you the original? I feel a familiar presence. Master? No. Intruder! You do not belong! Be gone from this place!
Ah, yes, I see you were successful. You have recovered Fenzakri. A fine blade. My blade. Or at least, it used to be. Yes, many years past, I called that place my home. It was a refuge, somewhere for contemplation and reflection on oneself. There I performed many investigations and tests on the capturing of one's thum. My work there is what led to the very sanctuary you now stand in. And there were other discoveries as well. It seems you've been taking my lessons to heart, looking beneath the surface of things. You are correct. Helvana is born of myself. She is my daughter. It was my hope I could train her in the ways of the thum, despite her being of my blood. It was not meant to be. It is of no fault of her own. I know she has tried to live up to my expectations. Even with her shortcomings, I am still proud of her. Enough! That is not your concern. We will speak no more of this. Let us return to more immediate matters. That it did. This sword, I once used against many a dragon. You see, I was once Dova Creed, Dragon Slayer. So many did I do battle with, that I even learned to mimic their thum, turning it against them. Volgasonaan is an old foe of mine. So many confrontations, so many times he slipped through my fingers, until I finally cornered him. I knew this time I had him, for I had mastered a most devastating shout. Or at least, I thought I had. An exact number I cannot give you. I am 7, maybe 8 centuries of age. It all blurs together. My mind seems unable to comprehend the passage of so many years. That I was one of the best. When I was still young, the land had long healed from the past and harsh rule of the dragons. But many a dragon did not take kindly to their new place in the world. They sought to re-establish their lost kingdoms, or simply terrorize those who had taken their place. That's why people like me became hunters. It was a long battle. Both Volgasonaan and I were broken and bloody. But I had the shout, one that would rip the very soul out of the beast. So I let loose my thum, and it worked. I saw the dragon's soul tear free from its body. Victory within my grasp. But then, Volgasonaan bellowed his own thum, the same thum as mine. And now it was my own soul to be torn away. Not knowing what to do, I shouted again and again, the dragon doing the same. Until darkness. I awoke alone. Volgasonaan was gone. It escaped me. Again. That was not the worst of it. I felt different, wrong somehow. Part of me was missing. It was my soul. Volgasonaan had managed to tear part of it away. Yet something new had taken its place. In our struggle, I'd captured part of Volgasonaan's soul. To mend my damage. A dragon's soul. I felt empowered. Unstoppable. With my newfound vitality, I'd hunt him down again, and this time, I would end him. But it has been so long since then. So many centuries. With your help, I feel I am close. Only part of a dragon's soul. Half to be exact. It has granted me certain insights, certain abilities, the most obvious being immortality. I am old, far older than any man should ever be. I have seen and done so much, and I remember so little. So much I have done. It's too much to recall, but I shall try. For a time I continued to hunt dragons, but as their numbers ebbed, so did my fervor wane. Some decades I wandered, others I took residence in some town or city, partaking in whatever distractions presented themselves. I'd take on the role of a court minstrel, a noble scholar, at times even a simple street performer. I even once played at being Grand Master of a whole college, teaching others to use the thum. But all these are lifetimes ago now. You have my thanks. Truly, you do. The sword, then Zachary. Give me a moment and I'll restore to it what power I can. There, I have reawoken the blade. It will now respond to a thum, as it once did. Take it. It is yours. As I am now, it is of little use to me. You now have everything you need to face Volgasonaan. The only thing that remains is to discover where he hides himself away.
Match it all.
This all but confirms it. You have done well. Time is near. You have claimed the sword, learned the resonating shouts, and hopefully mastered use of the chants. I am proud of you. You are no longer my apprentice. You have moved beyond that. I must leave this place. With the information you've uncovered, I can begin tracking down Volgasonaan's exact location. It will not take me long. Speak to Helvana when you are ready to face the dragon. She will know how to find me. Now that we know roughly where he kept his lair, if Volgasonaan is still there, and I can get close enough, I will sense the dragon. Volgasonaan's mere presence will unwittingly lead us to where he conceals himself. I suspect my teaching only played a small part. You are by far the most gifted student I've ever had. It's been a pleasure to impart my knowledge. Ready yourself, for when we next meet, you must be fully prepared. We will see each other again soon, Dragonborn.
You're here! Sledrig has gone ahead. He feared the dragon would know we've come and try to escape. Right you are. If we're fast enough, we may be able to catch up with Sledrig. Lead, and I'll follow. Please, hold a moment. Before we go any further, there are things I'd like to say. Just in case, well, you know. First, I want to thank you. Without you, I'm not sure I could have ever produced a Thuum. It feels good to use. And it feels good to be useful. And there's more. Do you remember the journal we found? In Sledrig's old hideaway? I managed to decode the rest of his notes. They documented a number of Sledrig's creations. And there were many pages about me. Turns out I am some kind of experiment, I think. I am a simulacrum of Sledrig himself. A copy. Although a flawed one. I was created by the power of a Thuum, and given substance via the resonance crystals. I am a false person, created for the sole purpose to fight Volgasonaan. But because I could not shout, I was of no use. I'm not an exact copy, but I am born of him. Sledrig has always called me his daughter, and I suppose that offers the best explanation to what I am. I believe Sledrig used himself as the template for my being. But clearly, I am not him. I have no idea if he intended for me to turn out the way I have, but here I am. From what I understand, Sledrig had been experimenting with capturing a Thuum. He would use resonance crystals to trap and echo a shout between them. In doing so, he could greatly extend the duration of a shout. One such experiment succeeded, using a Thuum to create permanent copies of himself. Although, the copies were no better than mindless thralls. So, he decided to make one last attempt. He'd capture and leave a shout to mature over many years before releasing it. Apparently, the result is me. Knowing what I really am, I have found it has changed very little. I am still me. I have the same thoughts, hopes, and feelings. Only now, I'm more aware of what I'm capable of. I understand why Sledrig hid the truth, but I'm unsure if it was necessary. Even knowing, I would still help him. And I would still help you. I'm uncertain what we'll find at the end of these caves. A dragon? Victory? Death? but whatever the outcome, I just wanted to let you know. You've been so kind and considerate, and I think of you as my best friend. There's no other I'd rather brave a place like this with, and that includes Sledrig. Well, that's all what I wanted to say. Let's continue on.
At last, there you are. I'm sorry I had to rush ahead, but I sensed Volgasonaan begin to stir. I could not allow him to escape. Do not worry. I got here just in time and managed to seal these doors. The dragon waits on the other side. I know he's there. I feel him. Notice that, did you? Yes. Your training has indeed taken a toll on me. I've expended much of my energies, but I believe the results were worth the price. A word of warning. Volgasonaan is a skilled bard, a true master of the voice. I underestimated him once, and it cost me my soul. So be ready, and remember the lessons I have taught you. I'm unsure what exactly awaits us beyond these doors, but I do know it will likely require every skill I have imparted. Indeed, a horrific ghostly bard, at least according to his moniker. I'd never thought a dragon capable of such artistry. A deadly mistake. In hindsight, perhaps that was the impetus of my own study of the bardic arts. An attempt to equal the skill of the dragon. Whatever happens, you must kill the dragon. Put down Volgasonaan. Absorb his soul. Nothing else matters. Stand back! I will bring down the barrier! Onwards, Dragonborn! We are right behind you!
Talos. Is that...
That it is, my daughter. That it is. Do you hear me in there, vile creature? Enjoy these moments! They will be your last! As long as the dragon remains entombed in ice, he is beyond our reach. However, I have an idea. Alone, it would lack the power. But combined, a resonating shout should reach him. We must raise our voices in chorus. Shout your unrelenting force towards Volgasonaan, and I will join my thum to yours.
As will I. Although, maybe not quite as eloquent.
Helvana? You have mastered a shout? This is indeed an auspicious day. We shall talk more of this later. But for now, the lead is yours, Dragonborn. Show Volgasonaan the voice of a true bard! What? Look up! Again, Dragonborn! Again! What? Look up! It's working! Again! One more time! What?
What's happening?
The dragon awakens! Brace yourselves! Nola Klopp Beindova! Hithen Hon! It is your fault that I stand here before you! So many lifetimes! I tell you, I've had enough! You will die here! And this will finally end!
You know full well you cannot harm me. As I cannot harm you, what we share forbids it. Crawl away, Slayer. Just as before.
You're right. I cannot harm you. Which is why I have trained another. I have passed to him the skills I've spent centuries perfecting. The skills with which to kill you.
It will not be enough, Slayer. Even were I to fall, like you, I would only rise again. This you know. Begone. Leave me be.
Ah, but now you are wrong, Dragon. The man that stands before you, he is Dovahkiin. You will be defeated, and whatever remains of your sorry soul will be devoured. The dragon spoke true. I cannot harm him. Instead, I will focus what power I can to you. Bring down Volgasonaan. Use the skills I have taught you.
Do all I can to help. Get away from me!
Dragonborn, your task is almost complete. Now all you need do is absorb Volgasonan's soul. I have been this way since before we met, but imparting to you what I have has weakened me greatly. I can no longer obscure my nature. You now see me as I truly am. You see the toll taken, having lived so long beyond my years. As perhaps you could imagine, such an appearance would do little to endear me to others. So, I used my command of the Thum to conceal what I could. I have not lied to you about what I am. Once a mortal man, now an undying thing. That is my nature. I have told you how I possess half of Volgasonaan's soul. It binds me to him, and him to me. Half the soul I lost resides within the dragon. Cannot harm each other. And if either were to die, with half our soul trapped in the other, unable to move on, we would simply reanimate. I wish for this to end, Dragonborn. I wish to die. No, not in any true sense. Although the centuries may pass and my body decay, I am not able to succumb to age. I endure. Driven by desperation, I've attempted to end my existence many times. Always I return. If you can think of it, I've tried it. Being run through by a blade, poison, drowning, dismemberment. Though these things may damage me, they do not end me. Selfishness? Fear? Make no mistake, Volgasonaan is a dangerous creature, and should be killed without remorse. However, I admit, my primary objective has always been to free myself from this torment I suffer. Would that alone have been enough to inspire you to action? Somehow, I doubt it. I believe if you were to devour whatever passes for a soul within Volgasonan's withered husk, connection between us would be broken. The half of my soul the dragon took would be destroyed. I would no longer be anchored to this world. While I doubt I'd retain enough animus to pass to any afterlife, still, I welcome slipping into whatever nothingness awaits me. Yes, I suspect that is my fate. Perhaps I will linger for a few days. After that, I will simply cease to be. I shall never gaze upon the grand halls of Sovngarde. Still, that is more than preferable to another century of what passes for life. Not so. I only withheld what I must.
Zoratovaki. Zoratovaki. Hear my words. The human is not the only one to have suffered. But unlike him, I have no desire for death. I beseech of you, do not kill me. I am no threat to you, or the world above. All I desire is to be left alone to my misery. Unless you are perhaps capable of ours, of mercy. My very essence is tainted by that of a mortal. It debauches and defiles my mind. I find myself assaulted by thoughts and notions that are unbefitting of one in my station. And yet, I cannot deny them. What I am, what I was, it all seems so pointless. I can no longer think as one of my kind. Tiras, despair, is ever my companion. My only refuge is sleep, but even there, I am haunted by dreams of melancholy. It is not I who is responsible for what has transpired. It is the one you call Sledrig that is to blame. He was the hunter. I was the prey. He attempted to tear out my soul. I merely fought back, the only way I could. He has plotted, schemed, manipulated, and pulled the strings of another to serve his agenda. He has behaved Medova, just as a dragon would. Do not kill me. Instead, give me back what was taken. Release me from my purgatory. Restore my soul, and bask in my eternal gratitude. Can you not see for yourself? You have been groomed, Dovahkiin, shaped and molded into the perfect tool. Perhaps you requested this of Sledrig, but I suspect this was done by his design, and not yours. Of course not. But I ask you, which settlements of man currently submit to my authority? When was the last massacre carried out in my name? It has been nigh 8 centuries in which I could have committed countless atrocities upon your kind. And yet, here, I have slept. My past is behind me. I am no longer the beast I was. It is simple. Sledrig is greatly weakened. He would be unable to stand against your might. Strike him down, sunder his body twain, and by the power of my Thuum, I shall bring into me the parts of both his soul and mine. My animus would mend, I would be whole again, and whatever remains of Sledrig's being would now reside within me. In a way, we would both survive. It is the most humane choice.
Wait! I believe there is a third option. A way for Sledrig to find his rest, and for Volgasonaan to have the restoration he desires. I myself lack a true soul. I am more of a vessel. This is how my being was designed. As such, I may be able to act as a conduit, allowing Sledrig and the dragon to exchange the part of each other's souls they took. Each would be restored. No one has to be destroyed. If they are willing to attempt this, so am I. If I grasped Sledrig's writings, both he and the dragon would have to perform the same shouts on each other that, long ago, fragmented their souls. During this, I'd stand between the two, capturing what was drawn out. Then, each would be able to extract from me what was theirs. In short, I could act as a container, allowing both to reclaim their own parts of their souls. Assuming all goes well, both Sledrig and Volgasonaan would be whole again, their souls repaired and fully their own. The dragon could go on with his life, and I suspect Sledrig could live out whatever remains of his.
I must admit, Helvana's plan could work, but I'm unsure. Is it right to allow the dragon to live? I leave this decision to you, Dragonborn. This goes against my better judgment, but very well. Volgasonaan, I am tired. I suspect, in your own way, as are you. Let us put aside the past and attempt this restoration in good faith.
I am loath to trust a mortal. You, most of all. But I do see the wisdom in what you propose. Let us proceed.
Ready yourself, Helvana. This may be painful, but you must act as our conduit. Bear the pain, as we will be as swift as we can. The first step is done. We have each given half a soul to Helvana. Now, Volgasonaan, sing with me, and take back what is yours from my daughter. But be gentle, and I too shall take back what is mine. Again! I feel whole. After so long, I forgot what it was like.
Still, I too feel as if a great weight has been lifted. I am grateful.
My thanks to you, Dragonborn. This is more than I could have hoped for. Once again, my soul is mine, and mine alone. I can feel my body renewing itself. Most curious. I would have thought, if anything, my soul's return would hasten my passing. Perhaps I still have a few years left in me yet? Indeed. And I suppose, perhaps I still do. You see, my desire was one born of suffering. Suffering with no end in sight. Already, I feel better than I have in centuries. I don't think I fully grasped just how deeply lacking half a soul had wounded me. I think I still welcome an end to my life. However, I now have the luxury of dying from old age, if I so choose. I admit, that holds a certain appeal. But it is. I have all that is mine, and Volgasonaan has all that is his, just as it should be. Although, it does seem having lived for so long, with half the soul of a dragon, has left its mark. But that is something I can learn to live with. I would suspect so. What say you, dragon? Is your soul mended and whole?
It appears so. The half torn away by Sledrig has returned to me. I once again feel complete.
Ah, well, there you have it. Straight from the Dover's mouth. I believe I shall stay here for a short time. If we are to avoid any future unpleasantness, myself and Volgasonaan have much to discuss. I shall return to the college within a day or so. Meet me there when you're able. I have something in mind with which to reward your efforts.
I too wish to offer recompense. You are free to take anything that you find within my lair. And if in the near future you return here, I shall have even more to offer.
Thank you again, Dragonborn. Until our next meeting, farewell.
Do not worry. I'll keep an eye on Sledrig. If the dragon eggs up, I'll call it some really mean names. That should put it in its place. I'm no good. Why waste the effort? It's not as if I enjoy doing those things.
It's only natural to be drawn towards what brings us joy. Remember, true growth often lies in conquering our weaknesses.
You say that, but surely I'd achieve more if I devoted my time to perfecting what I'm already good at.
I won't deny the truth of your words. There's wisdom in honing your natural talents. Yet it is variety that enriches us. You'd be surprised what seemingly useless things can end up complementing each other.
Okay, I'll think on what you said. But would it really hurt you to speak more plainly?
Perhaps not. If I did, you would likely spend less time pondering my words.
Sledrig wishes to talk with you.
Ah, there you are. I was hoping I would see you soon. Indeed, I had worried my body might revert back to its previous state, but evidently not. I am restored, whole again. I owe you much. You have given back to me my life, and so much more. And so, I have prepared some gifts for you. First, take this. It is a special tablet, one teaching a shout, not crafted by dragon, but by me. I believe you will find it useful. In short, it will conjure a familiar face to aid in your battles. Consider it a small token of my gratitude. If you'd asked me this question but a short time ago, I would have laughed at the notion. But yes, I trust in him. I do not think we shall have to worry about him again. You are most welcome. And perhaps you have noticed, my sanctuary is looking a little different, There is a good reason for this. It is because it is no longer my sanctuary. It, in fact, has a new owner. You! Yes, this is the last gift I offer you. My sanctuary, it is yours. I know you will make good use of it. In truth, I did notice this place begin to accommodate you almost as soon as you arrived. It's as if it sensed what you were, or perhaps what you represented. Either way, I've made the necessary preparations to transfer proprietorship to yourself. This is now your sanctuary. I hope it proves valuable. You're too perceptive for your own good. Yes, I am not to stay here. During my long life, in pursuit of my goals, there are certain wrongs I have committed. I wish to make up for as many of these failings as I can. And so, for a time, I intend to travel, putting right as much as possible. It is the least I can do with this second chance I have been given. There was some truth to Volgasonaan's words. I had orchestrated your growth as a bard to suit my own ambitions. And you are far from the first I have done such too. Having half a dragon's soul may explain these manipulations, but it does not excuse them. So I wish to make restitution to those I can. Once I'm done, I shall return to one who perhaps requires the most in way of my apologies. Goodbye? No, we shall see each other again, at least if I have any say on the matter. But until I return, I expect you to make good use of the sanctuary. And if you'd be so inclined, please do be there for Helvana as well. Oh, and Volgasonaan has requested your presence. You should pay him a visit, at your earliest convenience, of course. Farewell for now, Dragonborn. I cannot tell you how proud I am to call you a fellow